Have you ever wondered how a towering tree or a tiny blade of grass gets its food? They don't have mouths to eat or legs to hunt for a meal. Instead, plants are the ultimate chefs. They have a truly remarkable way of making their own food, and they do it using just a few simple ingredients. Sunlight water the air we breathe out. This incredible process is called photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis means to make something. So plants are literally making food from light. This isn't just important for the plants themselves, it's absolutely essential for almost all life on Earth, including us. They create the food that forms the base of nearly every food chain, and as a fantastic bonus, they release the oxygen we need to breathe. It's a planetary-scale life support system, all happening quietly inside a leaf. Every time you see a green leaf, you're looking at a tiny solar-powered factory. These factories are working all day long, turning the sun's energy into chemical energy, the kind of energy that can be stored and used later. It's like they have millions of microscopic solar panels packed into every leaf. So, where does all this amazing photosynthesis action happen? It takes place inside special tiny compartments within the plant cells called chloroplasts. If a plant cell were a factory, the chloroplasts would be the assembly lines where all the work gets done. These little green powerhouses give plants their signature color. They are filled with a green pigment called chlorophyll, the key molecule for capturing sunlight. Think of chlorophyll as the plant's solar panel. It absorbs energy from red light. It absorbs energy from blue light. It reflects green light. That's why leaves look green. Chloroplasts are mainly in leaf cells, perfectly placed to catch sunlight. Let's zoom in on a single chloroplast. It's a highly organized organelle. It has a protective double layer, outer membrane, inner membrane. These membranes control what goes in and out, like factory walls and a security gate. Inside is a thick fluid called the stroma. The stroma is the factory floor where some final sugar-making steps happen. Floating in the stroma are more interesting structures, stacks of flattened disc-like sacs, like tiny green pancakes. One pancake is a thylakoid, a stack is a granum. Thylakoids host the first, most energetic part of photosynthesis. Their membranes are studded with chlorophyll, forming a light-harvesting network. The recipe for photosynthesis can be broken down into two main stages. The first stage is called the light-dependent reactions. They need light to work. This happens inside thylakoids, pancake-like discs. Sunlight hits chlorophyll molecules. The thylakoid membranes capture the light energy. That energy splits water molecules. H2O, water the plant absorbed through its roots. This splitting is called photolysis. It releases electrons, it releases protons, and it releases oxygen gas, O2. That oxygen gets released into the atmosphere for us to breathe. The captured energy is also converted into small, portable energy molecules. Think of them as tiny rechargeable batteries. The two main molecules are called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now the second stage, the Calvin cycle, also called the light-independent reactions. It doesn't need light directly, but it needs ATP and NADPH from the light stage. The Calvin cycle happens in the stroma, the fluid around thylakoids. The plant takes in carbon dioxide, CO2, and uses ATP and NADPH to make glucose. Not all plants live in places with plenty of water. Think about a cactus in the hot, dry desert. If a normal plant opened its stomata during the day, it would lose a huge amount of precious water through evaporation. To survive, desert plants have evolved a brilliant workaround. They use a special type of photosynthesis called crassulacean acid metabolism, CAM. It's a clever trick of timing that lets them get CO2 without drying out. These plants do things in reverse. They keep stomata tightly shut during the hot, sunny day. Then, during the cool night, they open stomata to take in CO2. No sunlight at night means they can't make sugar yet, so they convert CO2 into an organic acid and store it inside their cells until sunrise. When morning arrives, the plant closes stomata again. Now sunlight powers the light-dependent reactions. The plant releases CO2 from the stored acid and feeds it into the Calvin cycle. This strategy lets them thrive in some of the driest places on Earth, showing how adaptable plants can be.